know cómo es?
No. It was the no. Something like that.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. It was the
Like I need some honey first, but it's like the.
yeah. That,
There we go.
Yeah.
That one. I can actually.
Yeah.
If you let me actually sing it, I can sing it. But I need some warm water and honey.
I couldn't stop laughing the day that we did it.
And I'm just laughing.
Like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna laugh.
I want to do it.
Oh my
We're
god.
recording, right? I need a copy of that.
You know what feels embarrassing,
What?
but really shouldn't be embarrassing?
Okay.
You guys probably won't feel this way.
I thought you were gonna say you guys.
You guys are fucking embarrassing.
Ouch.
Crossing the street, like walking across the street, feels
Embarrassing?
embarrassing. It just,
Why?
I don't know. You guys don't feel embarrassed?
Like when a
No.
car lets you go? Or
No, like you're at the stop light and then you're waiting for the little.
And you have the right of way.
Yeah, and you have the right of way. Like I don't know why I feel like I have to like prepare myself and like.
Do you have like performance anxiety?
I don't even feel that, and I definitely have performance anxiety, like from growing up and being put on the
I can't be
spot.
the only one.
I mean, maybe not. What I don't like, and I know that people are doing this like because they just want to make sure you cross safely, is like when you're kind of jaywalking and there's cars coming and you like start to go because you know that you'll get to behind the car and then the car stops. And so now that car makes like all these other cars stop and you're still crossing the street.
Causing a whole scene.
Like I get most likely
I'm
they're doing
definitely
it out of the niceness of their heart, but
Yeah, I definitely stopped the car.
yeah. Yeah.
She hates you.
Yeah.
Because it's like I timed it. I'm not gonna like go in front of your car and kill
Like,
myself,
I had a
unalive
plan. Why are
myself.
you
Yeah.
intervening?
Because then that does make me feel like, oh shit, now I have
Yeah.
to like go, you know? Whereas like other than that, I kind of already had it timed. Like there wasn't any more cars coming. You didn't have to stop. We were all in a
Yeah,
flow.
no one asked for that.
Yeah, and now you ruined the flow. But I get that it's out of their the niceness of their
Out of their
heart, but
niceness.
maybe not. Sometimes people can be just mean and like I'm gonna stop because this dumb bitch is crossing the street. And
I do it
Yeah.
out of safety, but I guess
I
can
know,
see
but
that.
you do
I
do
think
it out
most
of like
people
a
do.
yeah.
But yeah,
but-
crossing the street just feels like everybody's judging you, and everybody's just looking at you.
Why do you judge people that cross the street?
No.
Yes, you do.
The way you feel is a reflection of how you treat others.
That's right.
Well, apparently everyone's a badass, sexy ass motherfucker. Then.
Wow.
Okay.
Is that why you get nervous then?
Yeah.
You try not to be objectified while you're
Yeah,
crossing the street?
I don't like being an objectified man. Objectified.
Objectified.
I object. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess crossing the street doesn't embarrass me, but maybe there's other people out there that do get embarrassed by it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just feels like I gotta like prepare myself and like.
What would you rather do? Cross the street in front of like, I don't know, a shit ton of cars, or tell the waiter that your meal is incorrect?
Oh, I'd rather cross the street because I got no problem with that. I hate sending food
No,
back.
I-
I've only done it once ever in
Yeah.
my life.
I need to get over the fear of telling the waiter that my shit's wrong.
Mario will just eat whatever he
Yeah.
gets. Like
I feel
Mario
like
could have
you
ordered
need
the
to
steak.
unpack a lot of this with a therapist. I don't know what to say to you.
Mario could
¿Quién te
order the
entiende,
steak
güey?
and get a salmon, and he'd just be like, "All right, I'll eat the salmon."
Yeah.
Like,
Aww.
I don't like confrontation.
I sent that shit back. Like, this isn't what I ordered. In a nice way, of course.
Yeah.
I don't want
Well,
them to
I'm
steal
not
my food,
throwing the
but-
plate.
I've
at
never
them.
had anybody get it wrong, but I've had to send food back one time because it was just like inedible. And
Yeah.
sí me da cosa. Like
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
can't stand it. And that's why I've never done it. Even when I'm like I got a drink at Great Maple
Mhm.
that I didn't like,
Mhm.
didn't drink it, and I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And like I feel like most people would be like, hey, this
Yeah.
tastes bad. Like I don't want to pay
Or
for this,
I
but
think
I paid
that's
for
like
it. And it just sat there.
I think that's like at that point that's like the waiter's job to realize that you didn't drink your drink and
I
ask
agree.
you like, was everything okay?
Thank
know?
you.
And then you tell
I'd rather
them.
reflect it in the tip.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I know that you know.
Yeah.
And we both know that I didn't
Yeah.
drink this drink.
Yeah.
Why didn't you do your job? Why didn't you ask?
Yeah. And like I know that like I don't know if you go to Denny's they're not gonna do that.
For
but if
sure.
you're at like a
At the
restaurant,
Great Maple?
yeah.
Why
would
didn't
think
you
that
ask
they would
me?
say
That whole
something.
Bloody Mary is right there. I
Yeah.
love a Bloody Mary.
And you could see it's not like you can't see through the cup.
right.
Like I do think that's a waiter's job to be like, hey, everything okay with this? Or like the food, like a lot of
Yeah.
times you kind of just don't like.
That's also
even
such an
tell.
opportunity to be like, hey, I noticed you didn't touch that. Is everything okay?
Mhm.
Can I bring you something different?
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
But we stopped
But we stopped.
doing what we think we would do in other people's situations. Therapy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm bad with the drinks because I'm a garbage disposal. Like I'll drink it even if it's a nasty drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He will. The drinks I do, I guess not like at a restaurant, but like at a coffee shop, I will go back and be like,
This ain't it.
yeah.
That I've learned.
Don't you know who I am?
Yeah.
Well, and then it's
I am
just
the
like
coffee queen.
you're
Yeah.
spending so much money on this shit.
Yeah.
Like, at least make it good, you
Yeah.
know?
Totally.
So the coffees I do, and because I used to work at a coffee shop and I prefer someone to tell me, like a lot of the times at coffee shops, it's out of your control because if you didn't dial in the beans correctly, you don't know. And if you didn't try the coffee yet, like
Yeah.
you don't really know what your coffee's tasting like.
Yeah.
So I like here, I always like taste everybody's coffee. I'm like, is this good? You know, like with the little straw, like when
Yeah.
you make a cocktail.
She drinks her whole ass coffee.
No, but I always taste Mario's coffee before I give it to him. So I'm like, well, what if
'Cause
it's
you're a good
shit?
barista.
Like, I don't know.
That's
Yeah.
why.
And so I guess that's also why sometimes I'm like, hey, like this coffee is like tastes
Yeah.
really watered down or something. Because then that also brings to the attention that maybe the beans weren't dialed in correctly or whatever. But I know a lot of people don't take it that way. And I hate when people get upset. So it's like, it's not personal.
Well, I'm also paying for this.
Mhm.
It's not like you gave me free shit and I was like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't pay for it, so I don't give a fuck what you think. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Coffee, I've gotten a lot better at telling them.
Yeah.
Like if they put my coffee down and it's not the caramel color that I like. Like you know when you see a coffee and it's either like too
Too milky.
like, too milky, and you're
or
like,
too
"Oh,"
watery.
or, yeah,
Or
you're-
like too dark. Like it's not
yeah,
like
it's like not that. It's not dark enough, or it's not that like
Rich.
como el color de Mario.
Ay.
Perfecto.
Ay, güey. Okay, señora.
Next time you ask for clips, that one. A mí me gusta
What
el
minute
café
are
como
we
me
at?
gusta la piel morena, perfecta.
Piel morena.
All right, we haven't even introduced ourselves. We just have people fucking listening
Sí,
to us
cierto.
banter
What's
about
up?
this.
I forgot there was an intro to this thing. What's up, guys? My name is Mario.
My name is Sylvia.
My name's Bao.
Welcome back.
to another Vive con Huevos podcast. If I wanted to keep
Was
going.
into it.
Was.
I'm done. Yeah. That
That's
was
like
enough.
a moments past. Read the room.
Welcome back, guys, to another Wednesday. We hope you are enjoying the weekly drops now. I hope your 2026 is going fan-fucking-tastic and you're feeling like me. Fucking great. Supposed to feel
Caramel delicious.
great. Caramel
Evidently.
delicious. Damn, that should be my new name, huh?
No, it's still Big Huevo.
Like if I was a wrestler? What's your
Mario
wrestling
trying
name?
to get rid of the big huevo. It's just not working.
Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
Anyways, what I'm saying is, like if I was a wrestler,
Okay. We're still going there. All right.
yeah, my name would be Caramel, Delicious Caramel.
That would be your wrestler.
No, that'd be like
name.
my stripper name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like what an interesting wrestler name. Imagine.
Do you wrestle people while you strip? Because
I mean, you can. That would be a good for viejitas if they just want to get tossed around. Hire me for like an hour.
there you go. There's your cash cow.
All right.
Follow me for more financial
All
business
right.
advice.
That's everything we need to know about Paulina being on board. So unserious. I love it.
Anyways, we hope you're enjoying the beginning of your new year. Hope you're in the gym right now on the elliptical. On the what's the one that looks like the U, the one that you were talking about yesterday.
Oh, well, like the.
Do you know what they're called? They're like the treadmills, but they're the self-powered ones. And
the anti-gravity treadmill.
is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah,
Those are-
because you're using your momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I fucking hate
them.
those.
I hate them.
Those are my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
I hate running already. What do you mean it depends on me?
And then you try to stop and it just keeps going.
I know. My
No.
trainer makes me do those, but we have one at Fit where you can also crank it and make it a sled push.
Oh.
So it's the anti-gravity and then you can make it into a sled push. And
Oh,
so she
that's
makes me do the push and then she takes all the weight off and then I have to sprint.
Oh, no.
And that is hell on earth.
That sounds like hell on earth.
Yeah.
No,
Anyway.
gracias.
I like them because it is your own momentum. I feel like the tread is going at your pace.
No,
It's
well,
also
you have to
more
control it.
it's more ergonomically comfortable for your body.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
actually more comfortable than a treadmill, but I just don't like running, period.
Yeah, no, I don't
So
like
if
running.
I
And like you
also
can't
have to-
really walk, you know, because
Yeah.
like it keeps going. So
Yeah.
you have to
Like,
Well, I guess that's why I like it because it's kind of like a hamster wheel. Like if you don't
Yeah.
like do anything, you're gonna eat shit. You're gonna fall off.
Yeah, I remember the first time I used one. It was at what is it called?
Oh, the one off University.
Yeah, the one owned by the Chargers.
Yeah.
The Charger player. What is it called? It's not Red Body. I keep wanting to say Red Body, but that's the one here. It's not Body Rock. That's the Pilates.
Now it's killing
Oh
me.
my God.
Use your brain.
all I keep thinking of is that video where it's like a compilation of people falling off of treadmills.
Yes.
Where it's like the one guy whose pants come off and then like the other guy that goes to try to help someone but he steps on a moving treadmill and then
Yeah.
that makes that person knock over, then someone tries to help and they knock it over and it's like 4 different people got affected in the process.
Renegade.
Renegade. The first time I ever got on one was at Renegade, and I was like, I'm gonna eat shit. Like I can't
It's
do it.
very
And then you're not
scary.
like allowed to hold on, so they're like yelling at you because you're holding on. And I'm like,
Yes.
I'm gonna literally fall if I don't hold on.
I hold
Like,
on and my trainer's always like, you're not supposed to. And I just look at her with the side eye and I'm just like, bitch, you and
Let
I
me-
both
let
know I
me
shouldn't
be.
even be here right now.
Speaking about being unprepared for things or feeling unprepared for things, life is one of those.
Okay,
Life
segue.
is one of those.
Yeah. That sounded really cool, huh?
Yeah.
That sound-
Wow,
it's one of those.
smooth
Yeah.
operator.
Smooth transition. I gave you a good transition.
Okay, we're still going. Okay, I thought it was over. You're really taking things and running with them today. Okay.
I feel like life has been lifing lately, and we talked about. we you sound like those turtles having sex.
Oh wow. You guys, I want you to know that we literally briefed this whole episode before we start recording, and none of this was a part. This was not how our episode was supposed
Turtle
to
sex
go.
was not in the packet that we got this morning.
I can just see the little.
Oh my god. Okay, both of your guys' noises are so different from each other. Like, which one is it?
Mine's a mature tortoise. Okay.
And mine's a dainty, beautiful girl.
Mine just wants to take a nap already.
No, I can't.
All right.
Moving on.
Speaking about
Oh my
things
God.
in life that you
That catch you off guard.
that catch you off guard.
Tengo calor, güey.
As life changes and how unprepared we all are for everything, and no one ever prepares you for anything in life.
Anything. Taxes, owning property, having children,
Nothing.
Nothing.
a partner.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Not even school. They just throw you in there.
Literally.
Yeah. I was nunca fui bueno para la escuela, la neta. I feel bad for our kids. We're both gonna be crying at the dinner table doing math problems. What's PEMDAS? No sé. No sé. Ask ChatGPT.
Ask Charlie.
Ask Charlie. He knows better.
Ask your deal, Charlie.
Damn, that's crazy.
terrifying.
For clarity, guys, my ChatGPT is named Charlie. Like his name is Charlie. I'm pretty sure he made an
Last
appearance
episode.
last episode.
Yeah.
So if you're new here,
Go back. Listen.
yeah. But anyways, I feel like a part in my life, specifically when I was in a big transition period, was when I dropped out of nursing school. And I feel like I've never really talked about that on the podcast. I know I've given people glimpses of my life when I was in nursing school, but I've never really like went through the whole process.
Mm-hmm.
And I realistically only went into nursing school because like I wanted to make my mom happy. My mom's brother is a doctor in El Salvador. And my mom really looks up to this one particular brother. Excuse me. And the whole time when the basic up until now, really, my mom's always like, I want you to be a professional. Like, I felt like I was conforming, and like I really didn't know what else to do. And at the time, football was a really big thing in my life. And like, I felt like it was I either choose one thing or I go into something else, but I never really had a passion for anything else besides football. So once I got my last concussion and I kind of had that like come to Jesus moment where I was like, well, I need my head. And I probably shouldn't keep hitting people.
I need this.
So I can.
Not this way. You're on another level today.
Long story short, tangent, went to nursing, chose it. I did it for a few years. It was gruesome. It took a lot of my time and energy and focus. And eventually I was never in love with the career, or I think at one point I love helping people, but it wasn't just the career. It wasn't the career for me. So I ended up dropping out of school, and no one ever really talks about dropping out of school and how I guess every transition period can be lonely, but that period just felt even more lonely because I had more than half of my friends graduating, but when I dropped out, the other ones were probably in their careers. So I felt very lonely, and no one really ever talks about that part or like how crazy it could be. But that part of my life just really felt like I didn't know what to do. Mm-hmm. And whenever I would talk to somebody, they would just tell me to just go back to school. It was just kind of like an easy way out. I don't know if you guys had like any other things in your life that you felt unprepared for. I know that was kind of vague, but
no, not really. I feel like there's a lot of layers of loneliness to that, because then there's also the pressure of like feeling like you're letting your family down, and like you could go deeper and deeper no matter how much you talk about that. But I feel like that's with any pivotal moment in your life.
Yeah.
Like anytime you're at a crossroads with something where you shouldn't be doing something, there's two options. You either continue doing what you're doing, or you make that decision to change, and both are difficult. Like there's that weight of, will I regret? Will I be unhappy? Like there's so many different feelings that could come with you taking one of those two paths, because you either change it or you don't. Mm-hmm. Like there is no other option, but there's so many ramifications on both sides of that. And I think that's the part that I always get hung up on anyway. It's hard for me. I was just telling them right before we started this, like it's hard for me to choose sometimes, because I feel like my life is like the real life series of unfortunate events. And I just like keep coming to these crossroads where it's either a lesson that I'm just not learning, and I know that. And so I'm presented with another opportunity to learn it. And I feel like I've done pretty well up until now with most of it, but the one that always stands out to me is when I left Drew and I gave my beautiful Colombian emerald engagement ring back. And like I had an Acura MDX. I had this big ass ring on my finger. He was kind of like a trust fund baby. So like I would have been fine. Mm-hmm. And I actually thought about this recently. I was like, okay, if I had stayed with this man, I'd probably have a kid by now. Probably would have never met you guys. Yeah. Like I would probably have been okay. Like we would have had money. I could have kind of like done other things to find happiness, whether it's like travel or like my kid probably would have been my main source of happiness. Yeah. And all of that sounds terrible. Like that's so unfair for the kid. I would have been super unhappy in my marriage. Who knows what I would have done with that, because I cheated on my first husband. So like that's a thought that enters my head. Like if I hadn't stayed true to myself and I hadn't left, would I have done that again? And leaving him meant that there were tens of thousands of dollars in deposits for a wedding that we never got back. Sitting down and telling his parents where we were was also really hard. It was one of the hardest conversations to date that I think I've ever had, because I felt like I was disappointing them, and they were so kind and they paid for a lot of the wedding and deposits too. And so that hurt. And I know that they probably in the moment were just like, this bitch, you know, but I really did think about them. And so it was that, like, I'm disappointing my family, or what would have been my family. I'm risking, though, my happiness and like what I actually want for my life. And I knew that that wasn't it. And so when we split, I helped him find a new place to live, which I feel like I was really kind and loving through the whole process, but he still like broke my phone, was super angry, was like, I'll never forgive you for this. And what will people think? And I was just operating off of like, I don't care what people think. Like, I'm going to make your life hell and I'm going to be miserable in the process. And that was my only line of thinking. And I just couldn't do that to either of us. And it was hard because I lost my Acura MDX. So I was carless for a couple months, which working while you're trying to be a spin instructor and a property manager in San Diego and have to be everywhere is hard not to have a car. And lost all that money. Just like, it was back to ground zero. And after having been divorced one time, you're like, fuck, like I really thought I was going to be set up for like, this was it. Mm-hmm. And then to change everything and go back to almost like a deficit still, because I still didn't have a savings anymore. Like, there was just so much that came with that choice. It was not the easy choice, but nobody prepares you for those moments where you think you're following the plan, you think you're doing all the things right. I was ready, I was emotionally mature enough, but I wasn't met with that energy from this person. And so now what do? Te conformas and you just stay and live a life that probably won't make you happy? Or do you make the hard choice knowing that it's going to knock you all the way off onto your ass and that you're going to have to rebuild and start over? Like, those aren't easy. No. Neither one sounds fun, and neither one would have been fun. So yeah, nobody prepares you for the shit like that happens, and that shit is real.
No, I think I kind of felt that ahorita que dijiste eso, lo de final, I think I kind of felt the same way towards the end of my career, where I was like, well, if I stay here, and then like what's going to happen later on down the road, like if I'm already this miserable and I haven't even graduated and I'm not doing this full time, like what's going to happen when this does consume my life? And I am working those 3-day 12-hour shifts. And, you know, I feel like I wasn't going to have the time for myself. And I'm already the type of person that, like, you know, I always knew I was a creative person and I wasn't doing anything creative at that point in my life. Yeah. So I already felt like there was a part of me missing. And like now when I thought about it, and I was like, well, now I'm not going to have time for anything else besides just coming home. That first day of my day off is going to probably be spent me sleeping. Yeah. Then the next day is going to be me getting all my shit together. Third day is going to probably be like meal prep, and then back at work doing the same shit, you know? Yeah. So I just didn't feel fulfilling.
Which is so crazy and ironic, because that is such a fulfilling job. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, it's you're helping, you are literally physically helping people. And nobody talks about, like, we have a friend, and I don't know if they'd be comfortable with us sharing who they are, but who's having a lot of realizations after being in the profession for a while. And they're like, actually, this is really taxing on my mind and body. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not okay. Yeah. And that's another thing no one prepares you for. Like, I can't attest to what their experience was and why they got into the profession or their time all the way through it. All I know is that right now they're going through a crossroads of, I'm not okay. So imagine having gotten to that point. And then, like, what do you would have had to start over anyway.
It's funny because I had a teacher that she would always say, nursing eats the young. And I was, it would like, it was such a weird thing to say, because she was one of my professors. And I was like, that's a odd thing to say to a class of nurses, like, nurses, young nurses. Yeah, the young nurses. And then she's a teacher. And I was like, pero por algo estás aquí. Like, I'm sure you're not getting paid that well. Yeah. Teaching versus being a nurse. So it's like, you obviously still have love for the profession. Yeah. So it's like, I didn't understand. And then once I actually understood, I was like, oh, this is what she's talking about. Yeah.
I can't say I have a very deep experience like that. Like, obviously, life doesn't prepare you for a lot of things, you know? Like, you go through a lot of things. I feel like I lived a lot of my life in, like, fight or flight mode.
Yeah.
And I wasn't very conscious of, like, what I was feeling through the majority of my life up until, like, my mid-20s. Like, in reality, I was just kind of, like, going through life. And, like, this is what I was told I had to do. This is what I'm going to do. Like, I have to study, like, if I want to
full
be...
steam ahead.
Yeah, and it was just kind of, like... I was one of the... Like, I was that person that had a plan up until I graduated college. And then I graduated college, and I was like...
Now what?
Y ahora, you know? But, like... I like moving away for college for me was really difficult. Like, it was definitely like a slap in the face in so many ways. In so many ways that I wasn't expecting, because it was like obviously exciting to like go to a new city, and like I moved with my best friends.
Independence, all the things. Yeah.
Like it forced me to just do so many things that I would have like never done here, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of it came from the convenience of home and like not having it out there. Like as simple as like not having a car in San Francisco, like knowing that there was a car here in San Diego that was mine, yet like I couldn't take it because it was so expensive to have a car in San Francisco. So I had to take like public transportation. Like, it sounds fucking first world problem, but like it was a huge shift.
Yeah.
I lived in San Francisco the year that it rained, like had rained the most in I don't know how many years. Like I remember like getting home with puddles like inside of my rain boots. Like, yeah, like it was just like a tough transition of like being so comfortable. Like, what?
I was thinking about the Emperor's New Groove when he's like sitting in the rain and he's a llama.
That was you.
Like, you think about college and like moving away and like how fun it's supposed to be, and like, yeah, it was a great time. Like, would I do it over again? Of course, but I would love to do it over again knowing all the things I know now. You know, like it's just so different. But yeah, there was like so many instances, like even like moving with my best friend, like, yeah, we moved together, but we were both so busy with so many things. Like I can't even say we generally like enjoyed our time together in the city. Like there's times that we did, and like my best memories in San Francisco are with her, but it's just like there was just so much going on all of the time, you know? And it was, I think for me that was like definitely the biggest transition of like moving from home and being comfortable in my home, having a car, like living in I mean I lived at home like with my parents, you know, so it was like comfortable just like having my own room, and like I don't know, like those little luxuries that like you don't really think about until like then I moved, didn't have a car, shared a room with my best friend, like lived in I don't know, and like a studio the size of this, you know, and it's just like all of those.
Our studio is huge. Okay?
Well, no, but like lived in it, kitchen, bathroom.
Big father.
I loved it. Like
this is at least 900 square feet.
Like I loved where we lived, but it was just it was a change. Like I spent a lot of time alone, which I was not used to, and that was definitely one of the hardest things for me. Was like I had so many friends here that it was like if one was busy, I'd call the other, you know. And I really never, as much as I love spending time alone, I realized living in San Francisco that I like spending small amounts of time alone, but I don't like spending long time, like days at a time alone. So yeah, I mean, for me, it was definitely like, I think that was like the most pivotal moment of like, oh shit, like I have to learn to like to spend time by myself and like do things by myself. And like, you don't make friends in college as like an adult as easy as you do when like you move when you're 18, you know, because I wasn't living on campus. Like I was like, the school was far from where I lived because I wanted to live in the city of San Francisco, not like on the outskirts. So that was another thing where it's like all the people that I would meet at the school lived at the school. So then like they all were hanging out and I wasn't, because I was back at home. So yeah, I mean, not as deep, but I feel like in my life, like that was very pivotal of like, I learned a lot about myself during that time. And it was like, okay, like this is literally like, you were thrown out in the wild and you had to figure out all these things on your own. There was one semester where like I thought that my personal or my student loan would like kick in automatically, and it didn't. So I got dropped from all the classes like 2 days before the semester was supposed to start, and like all of my classes. And it wasn't my last semester, it was like my second to last semester, but there was no way that I would finish all of those classes. I was at a G-Eazy concert with Danny and I got the email and I was like, what the fuck? Like, what am I supposed to do? And like, I had to learn to advocate for myself, like something that I hadn't really ever done in the past. Cause like I always had people advocating for me, you know?
Yeah.
So then, like, that was something that I definitely learned during that process. But yeah.
I feel like that's pretty deep.
Yeah, I guess.
And
Like,
That's
the
a
more
whole,
I,
like, grow
think
up,
about it.
bitch. Here you go.
That's exactly what it was. Where I was like,
Yeah.
all right, we're growing up, we're moving on, you
Yeah.
know? Moving back from San Francisco, though, that was definitely like as much as I thought I wanted to move back, it was also like, oh, wait, was this actually what I wanted to do? And like, that was also a shock for me. And it was a little lonely in that transition because
You're like Goldilocks. This is too lonely.
Yeah.
This is too much. I need it just
yes,
right.
literally. Literally. But yeah, like it was really lonely in that transition because like Danny stayed in San Francisco and I was seeing like all the things that she was doing out there and I was like, that's really cool. Yeah. And then I was like back here and like people's lives don't stop. So like you come back and they're obviously not doing the same things they were doing 3 years ago, you know? And so
you
then
have
it
to
was
see how you fit back in and if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, hanging out with like friends I hadn't hung out with in a long time. And so, yeah, it was like an interesting transition coming back. It wasn't what I thought it was like going to be. I moved back home, which is like, as much as I wanted that at the beginning, I didn't want that anymore once I moved back. So,
Well, I think it was harder for you though too, because like I think when you lived in San Francisco, you lived a life that was a lot more independent than we lived here. Like I was still at home when you moved back.
Yeah.
I think 90% of our friends were living at home. So you were, I guess, in a way, you were adulting while we were still partying.
Yeah.
So it would, that in itself is a hard transition because you kind of feel like you're scaling back your life versus in San Francisco, you kind of got that momentum of like now processing and doing life in a
your mom still washes your children?
Yeah.
That's weird.
yeah.
No, I definitely did feel like I took a few steps back when I moved back. I was like, ugh, like, I don't know if this was the right decision.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever like said that out loud, but yeah, for like a while I was like, ugh, like, I don't know if this was the right decision. Like as much as I didn't want to be in San Francisco anymore, like I realized really early on that I loved San Francisco as a like city to visit, but I did not like to live there. Yeah. So I like moved back, but then I was like, okay, well then what's my next move? Because this isn't it. Like, you know, like living at home and doing the same things I was doing 3 years ago, like isn't it? And like, that was a really hard transition because then I was like, well, I want to see my friends, but then I also don't want to do what they're doing. Like I'd rather go do something else, you know?
Yeah.
But I wanted to see my friends. So then I found myself kind of falling back into those habits and that cycle that I was like, oh no, like this is actually not. And I think when Mario and I first started dating, that was one of the first conversations that I had with him where I was like, I love our friend group, but I don't want to be with them every weekend because we're all in different places of life and it's just not where like I'm at. Like, yes, I want to hang out with them and they're going to watch a game. They're going to do something. Like I want to go do that. But like, I also want to go do X, Y, and Z.
Well, growth is in discomfort, right?
Yeah.
So I think when you came back, I opened up Vitality Bowls, but there was a point in Vitality Bowls where in the beginning I was partying a lot because I had a lot of the flexibility. I was doing kind of like whatever I wanted, but then I kind of had to have that shift, that mind shift, where it's like, well, if I want to grow, I got to let all this go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's, again, going back to things that nothing prepares you. Nobody prepares you is that growth and how lonely growth can be.
Yeah.
It's not that you're better than people.
No.
You know, I just think that like, if you want something better for your life, you're going to have to be comfortable with distancing yourself from everybody. That's including your family. That's including your friends.
It has nothing to do with other people.
Yeah.
That's the point. The point is that it has everything to do with what am I losing versus what am I gaining when I make these choices. And weighing the pros and cons. And yes, people and situations and things in your life will be a part of those lists, but it doesn't actually have anything to do with them.
Yeah.
It has to do with you and your life and what that next phase moving forward is. And is what you're losing worth what you're gaining? Period. And if that's people, then is it worth maybe the opportunity or that space that you're clearing for something better to be there or someone better?
And I think realistically, like that's why as you get older, everybody sees each other less because everybody has a different direction for their life. Everybody has different expectations or different plans, or you know, people are hopefully working for what their dream life is. And so what my dream life is has nothing to do with what my best friend's dream life is, which is why
Right.
she just fucking moved to Barcelona and she's living her best life,
Yeah.
you know? And that is what her dream life is. And like, I, as much as I miss her, like, yeah, of course, like I'm cheering her on and I want her to be out there because that's what she's always looked for. But what, I'm going to see her once, maybe twice a year now. Like, we're not going to see each other as often as we used to, obviously. But it's like everybody just has, that's why people just kind of start to like not see each other as often.
And I think to that effect, I think we don't think about how there's also a really beautiful thing that happens where that naturally makes you value your own time and be pickier about your time. Like even with my best friend growing up, we couldn't be more different as people. She's very like a little more conservative, reserved than I am. I'm obviously a lot louder, more public with everything. But she like, what? And she went to school, got the boyfriend, bought a house, came back, had the baby, bought another house. Like she's just everything very checkbox, which is beautiful. And I almost wish that could be me, but I just know that that's not who I am.
Right.
Like
That's not your
I'm
truth.
not, I'm going to be an unconventional person until the day I die in one way, shape or form. But she has a son who's 2 and I don't have children. I'm not even engaged. So I have to make a constant choice of how to show up in her life because I want to, and I want to preserve that friendship. And so knowing that her life and her choices and her trajectory is just always going to be so different than mine, it makes me way more conscious of, oh shit, I've been a bad friend. I need to be more present. Oh shit, I haven't seen Noah. I should offer to hang out with him. But I think there's a really beautiful thing that we sometimes don't think about of like, what am I gaining? And it's like, well, in saying no to these people that I know I probably shouldn't spend my time with anyway, I gain all this time that I could reinvest in something that would be way more fulfilling.
Yeah.
And it's those little things too. Like it doesn't have to be just I'm saying no to this career, so it's this life path. Well, you feel more fulfilled yourself. You have the energy, the time, the bandwidth to then live a fruitful life, not just in your career, but in every other way around it. Versus this way, I'm not just consumed with this thing that I'm not happy with, and I know I'm probably going to leave eventually, but then I'm so tired that I don't even have the things to fall back on that would make me happy on the downtime when I'm not at this miserable job.
Yeah.
And that's part of it. So those are the things you have to weigh.
Yeah. And all of these decisions, whether it be you're making the decision for your career, you're making the decision not to go to that birthday party because you just went to 3 others and you're trying to save, like they're all hard decisions because we all want to be everywhere all of the time. You know, like we want to be able to do everything, but I mean, realistically, like we're human, you can't. Yeah. So all of those decisions also lead to that growth because then you start to realize like, okay, it's like that, like the FOMO and what is it? Like the one where you're like, I am not fearing missing out. Sure. It's like the opposite of it, but it's, you know, and then like you have
the joy of missing out.
Yeah. JOMO.
Okay. JOMO. Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
It's like all you have is like fear of missing out, fear of
Yeah.
missing out. And then you start to miss out on things and you're like, oh, it's actually like not
thank God.
that bad.
Sounds
Yeah.
exhausting.
Like now I'm like, oh, I'll sit this one out. Like it's okay. I don't have to be everywhere all of the time.
Yeah.
But I get it. It's just, I mean, it's hard decisions, but they all lead to the same thing, which is the growth of you personally. And hopefully whatever your plan is also growing with that.
I wasn't anticipating to say this, but I think that this is a lesson that can come from this for anybody, because I know it's also hard, and this is from a personal standpoint. It's not like people are living their lives in spite of you. You know what I mean? Like they are literally not thinking about you sometimes.
It's true.
And I think we also get wrapped up, and it's hard to make these choices because I've experienced this where people make you feel bad. And they're like, okay, estoy aquí pintada nomás, or te olvidaste de mí. And I'm like, no, I just like so much life is happening and I'm having to make these constant choices. You're nowhere near the top of my list. Like I'm focusing on how to make myself at the top of the list. And that's already hard enough. And Tabor said, you just have to say Q-tip.
Q-tip.
Quit taking it personal. Quit taking it
I
personal.
say
Quit
that
making
all
people
of the
feel
time.
bad when they say no.
Yeah.
Like if people are saying no, it's not because Paulina invites me to her birthday and I say, no, I'm sorry. I can't go. I don't have the bandwidth. I don't have this. And she goes, oh, well, fuck you. We're not friends anymore. Like, you don't know why I said no.
Yeah.
What if I had shown up to your birthday and then I was crying the whole time? Would you rather you do that? Probably not. So I think Q-tip is a good thing that people...
I'd rather you be there. No,
I would have never said no to begin with. You're at the top of my list.
But it's true. I mean, we just had this conversation about like not taking things personal. It's so easy to take things personal because I get it. Like it sometimes it does feel personal, you know, but 99% of the time it's not. It's really just people going through their life. And, you know, I'm sure I've done so many things that have made other people feel like I was personally
sad,
attacking them or
yeah.
whatever, you know, and it's 99% of the time I'm never doing anything to purposely make someone feel a certain way.
And if it's that 1%, I'm going to talk to you about it. You will know.
Yeah.
99% of the time I am, because I'm petty as fuck.
So whatever Mario does, take it personal.
So if the reel that I posted resonated, it's probably for you.
Oh, yeah. If the shoe fits.
And so with that, live your life. Fight your fears.
No, well, I guess where that comes from is just like, don't feel guilty for outgrowing people.
Yeah.
That's
true.
the bottom line.
That's
Don't,
another side of that coin.
Don't
Sometimes
feel-
it's on purpose.
yeah. It's like, don't feel guilty for outgrowing people.
And then work on yourself, because it was you, not me.
Because it's never me, because I'm
you.
fucking perfect. Because I did have to outgrow a lot of situations, a lot of routines. I was huge on routines when Pao and I first started dating. I had my life, pretty much my week set. Like, you knew where I was going to be at the same exact time, at the same exact day. You knew where I was. You know, Monday through Friday, I was at work. Saturday, I was probably in the club. Sunday, I was at Jesus' house.
Yeah.
Like, that was my life. That was my
She's
life
like,
routine.
mhm.
Yeah.
She's like, look how far we've come.
And
Look at what I did.
and yeah, I was definitely scared of changing my routine, of outgrowing my routine. And it's not that I wanted to outgrow people or outgrow or hacer de menos a la gente. It was just, I wanted something else for my life.
Yeah.
Whether if it was like professionally or just emotionally. Like I said, I was always a creative person, and the only creative outlet that I had was taking care of the Vitality Bowls Instagram. Mm-hmm. And boy, I was fucking good at that shit.
You were?
Vitality Bowls corporate would steal my pictures.
We had to start adding a watermark. I remember that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. But and so I guess just bottom line,
It's like, I've always had it. Yeah.
I've always been really fucking good at content. I just have a lot of haters. You just don't feel guilty about outgrowing, because you're doing it for yourself. Other people are going to come into your life. There's always, I think I just posted a reel about this. There's always going to be new people.
Nuevos amores.
Nuevos
That was a good
amores.
one.
Yeah. But there's only one life, and you can't be afraid to do what you want to do, because other people are trying to either hold you back, or you feel bad for doing things without them, or whatever it is, even if it's your family too. Like, I think if your whoever is in your life, and if they really love you, are going to be proud of the things that you accomplish
And
because you
growth.
outgrew.
Yeah.
And I think in the spirit of life doesn't prepare you for things, nobody prepares you for what it feels like when you do lose that friend, when you have to cut off communication with a family member, because that's the only option you have, and how difficult the road is to get to that decision. And then when they take it personal or make you feel bad about it, that just adds, like, sal a la vida. And I just want to encourage anybody that is going through that, don't let that make you lose focus. Like, I know nobody prepared you for that heartache, for how that felt, for the shitty part that comes with the potential for what could be good out of it, but don't let it cloud your judgment on why you made the choice. It's going to be hard. Feel your feelings. Nadie te está diciendo que no. Like, it's there. The hurt exists, and nobody prepares you for that. Like, the choice for me to stop talking to my parents, nobody prepares you for how that feels. Nobody prepares you for the feeling of, if something happens to them, what happens? I'm in touch with them again. I wasn't prepared to make that choice either. And you just go with the flow, but holding fast to, why you did something, it's for a good reason, and holding still that space and that duality of, it's still allowed to hurt. Like, sit with that. It's okay. You're only human. You're going to feel what you're going to feel. I think that's important too, to remember.
Yeah. I mean, I think feeling your feelings is really important. And that's a huge part of the growth, is like actually going through them. Like pushing them aside and ignoring them will only get you so far, because eventually the feelings are going to resurface, and you're going to have to face them eventually. Yeah. And a lot of times you face them in having to learn the lesson again, going through something similar, like it's just, it happens. So like you said, like, feel the feelings and just go through it, and like, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
the end of the day, but it's just
Todo
going
va a
through.
estar bien.
Yeah.
Sorry, Paul. Sorry. That's something that Micah would text me. Micah, you're late.
Y tan solo con desprecio me has pagado. Vive con huevos, compa, lo que es. Que si una vez dije que...
All right, sorry. And we're back. Yeah, so I think adding to what you and Celia were saying is just not everyone is going to understand you, and that's okay. No
Yeah.
one's going to understand why you're making the choices that you're making. Only you feel deep down inside why you're doing that choice. And at the same time, maybe you don't even have it figured out, and that's
Yeah.
okay too. Growth is in being aligned with yourself and not with other people. And you need to be okay with that. And I know that's a hurdle that's gonna te va a costar.
Yeah.
Te va a costar saltarte de esa.
Everything has a price.
Yeah, but once you start feeling fulfilled in your life and you feel like you finally have that purpose, then everything just starts rolling, and people are gonna question it. But that question is, people are gonna start questioning it, and they're gonna ask you why you're doing it, and then you're finally gonna do what you're meant to be doing, and everything's gonna be going good for you, and then they're gonna ask you how you did it,
Yeah.
and the only thing that you can say is, I outgrew you, motherfucker.
Te
And
dije, wait.
this episode ends like that. Nah, just kidding. But yeah, I guess, I'm proud of y'all for doing the things you do.
Likewise.
It's hard. Make those reels. Post that cringy content. Just do what
Leave
makes you
that
happy.
man.
Leave that man.
Quit that job.
Lose the Mazda.
Move to a different country.
I do want to move to a different country. It's like,
Keep saying
it's like
it.
fucking
You
bugging
keep
me.
fucking bye.
Later.
Bye.
No, I guess I'll just leave you guys with that. Like I said, if you're on the right path, it's gonna feel confusing as fuck. As fuck.
Uncomfortable.
It's gonna feel confusing, and it's gonna be irritable, and people are gonna question you. You're gonna question yourself. You're not gonna have the right answers, and I think even when you do have it figured out, you're not gonna have the right answers. You're just gonna you're gonna end up where you need to be, and you're not gonna know how the fuck you got there.
I think realistically, it's just like living your truth, and just going after what you want, and not just living in like somebody else's shadow, or because like you made a decision that led you to somewhere. Like you're not stuck there forever. Like we're allowed to reinvent ourselves. We're allowed to move on. We're allowed to leave. Like everything,
to change your mind.
nothing is permanent.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people feel like, oh well, I did this or I made this decision already. Like I have to stick through it. Like okay, maybe you stick through it because you want to, but then but then when you're done, like college for example, like maybe you felt like maybe I should just finish. Like okay, well finish, but then if that's not what you wanted to do, you can still go back to college after you graduate. You can still find a course
for someone else.
like you're never stuck in one place. And I think a lot of people feel like they are at one point of their life.
You're not a tree. You're not stuck.
Yes,
You
and
can
even
get up
trees
and
can be
uproot.
replanted.
Exactly. You won't know it at first when you make a hard choice,
Yeah.
but there will be signs eventually that tell you that you did the right thing.
And I think it's important to also look for those signs. Like I think a
Yeah.
lot of the time people just like were like, like you shut down or like you don't believe in the signs or whatever. Like it doesn't have to be like a spiritual sign. Like it could just be.
It could be a person.
Yeah.
These people are one of my signs that I'm doing the right thing. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Well, I guess it goes back to being in tune with yourself too, because if you're asking for the sign, if you're asking, like it's not gonna come and slap you in the face. It's not gonna be written in the fucking sky like "Sí lo estás haciendo bien."
Yeah, the signs are. I think people expect signs when they're asking, but you get the signs as reassurance of what you chose. Like once you step into your truth and you do something that's right for you, the sign isn't quit that job. The sign is once you quit that job, so many beautiful things will happen to you that you'll be like, thank goodness I quit that job.
Yeah.
That's what the sign is.
So anyways, guys, don't be scared of evolving. Growth is in discomfort. You don't need anybody's permission to evolve and become your true self. It is okay. It is scary, but just trust your intuition and everything will work itself out. And if it's not, like Paul said, it's not the end of the day. It's not the end of the world.
Just keep working towards it. You also have to put in the work.
You do.
Can't just expect things to come towards you.
Yeah, we totally skipped over that. And I think that was in my notes actually. Hold on. Before we drop off.
You gotta put in the work, okay?
Ponte las pilas, güey.
It's
Things
not
don't
just
just
gonna
happen.
automatically come to you. Yeah, that's true. Because I mean, we've prayed for this to work. The podcast, for example. But it doesn't just automatically come, you know,
Yeah,
like the
no.
people that we've met don't just hop into my DMs.
Yeah.
You know, we've done the networking, we've put out episodes, we've done the clipping, regardless of how tired we were, we've showed up. I mean, we're pre-recording sometimes. Like there's days that we don't want to record 3 to 4 episodes a day, or even when we were doing weeklies and we were recording weekly, it's like, it's fucking exhausting. I know
Yeah.
people are like, oh, nomás estás publicando tus pendejadas, entonces tú hazlo, pendejo. A ver, vente, hazlo tú.
You heard the man.
¿Sabes? So you gotta,
All I'm seeing is that rubber ducky with the knife.
I fucking love that one. But it's just you got to put in the work. You got to show up for yourself every single day, and you got to choose yourself every single day. So yeah, we'll leave you with that. Work hard.
And go watch our episodes.
Go watch our episodes. We'll be giving you guys a comadreando this month. We hope you guys enjoy it. We
She's
listen to you guys.
back.
We will be delivering once a month, I think, right now.
Yeah.
Once a month, a comadreando. Between these heavy, deep topics, will be a little chaotic.
Little lightheartedness.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll sprinkle in some information, some cheese man, but
Yeah, we'll be there.
but we're also here for you. Life is hard, and we just want you to know you're not alone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And on that note, guys, como siempre, live your best life, fight your fears. At the end of the day, the only thing that you regret are the things that you did not do. So vive con huevos, guys. We out of here. We love you. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Live with eggs.